Hello, hello. Welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. Oh, no, sorry. Another live of the Whiskey Crusaders. Another Monday live. I'm Will.
I'm Matt.
Today, we're going to be talking about World Whiskey Day, drinking some wonderful whiskeys and just kind of having a chat tonight.
Yes, it's an actual thing, World Whiskey Day. I found out they have sponsors and everything, and apparently have, speakers, which is pretty cool. So there's I guess these are the main, what do you call them? Main sponsor. I'm sure there's more. It's actually a pretty good website, which I just, went on a whim looking for something. I was like, oh, that's actually a real thing. I just thought it was like, the usual bullshit. It's National Pirate Day or National Pie Day or whatever BS. No, it's an actual day. It actually is, big name sponsors like Juror and Powers and Balvenie, Doers, Johnny Walker, and Aberfeldy are the big sponsors for them. So I figured we would drink really good whiskey tonight instead. So decorated a tree or something. Yeah, you hang you hang whiskey bottles from the tree, Eric. That's the solution I come up with. You get maybe some mini bottles, some little lights underneath and look nice. So, just don't put any like real bottles with them. Probably ends poorly. Ooh, we got a Canva ad tonight. Ooh, exciting. I use Canva every week.
Ooh.
All right, let's see who we have in the chat. We got Steve A, we got John Kranz, Spencer Mav, Peter B. Let's see here. We got our buddy Bill. We got Tim. And I know Eric's in here. He was here with us last week for our awesome sherry and whiskey and port and all the other fun stuff in Madeira we drank. Hey, Eric Evans, good to see you. And SoCal Buns, very good to see you guys. But I need some whiskey. So I think we should start out with some Dewar's 25 here because why not? And then we'll tell you about, we got an event coming up this Saturday at the Worth the Pour in the Colony, where we did 3 picks of Virginia Distillery, and one of the rep from there will be there as well from 5 to 8 p.m. up in the Colony. We'll have it. I've already posted in Discord a little bit too. I will post it to Facebook, Instagram, and everything as well, so you guys can come out and hang out. So it should be a good, fun time. All righty, let's see here. So like I said, the 25-year finished in a Royal Brocula, which is a very nice.
Show me the bottle, Matt. Sorry.
Do what now?
Show me the bottle again. Oh, that's pretty.
It's a pretty bottle. 25-year Dewar's. Good stuff. It's significantly better than White Label, but you guys already knew that. We, just saying. But good news is, since Aberfeldy's the base in this, like I said, Aberfeldy, the main guy for North America, will be here in, I guess, about 3 weeks. He'll be at the house. So it should be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Of course, Bill. It's always why not. I like that, Eric. You put cookies and whiskey by the tree. Now that is a heck of a man for Santa. That is wonderful.
Indeed.
I like this plan.
I'm sure he appreciates that more than milk.
I know, because I know my brother's wife, her family used to leave Santa Claus was bored with cookies and milk, leave him beer and a sandwich, which I think that's very nice of them. Santa greatly appreciated that. Exactly, Bill. It's always what's around here. Why not? It's a good choice.
Wow, this smells so deep and complex. It doesn't smell like ridiculously high of a proof, but
it's only 40 proof.
Yeah, the age is there though.
Oh, it's like I don't like blends. Well, have you had any good older blends? Then you'll change your mind. Oh wait, blends are actually good when done. Oh, I'm sorry. Turn it to the right place. Done properly. So yes, I'm very excited about the new Royal Brocula lineup. Hopefully get some samples when Gareth comes. I don't know if he'll be able to give us any, but I know he's in Scotland right now. So I'm hoping he brings us back some fun stuff. He said he will, so we'll see what kind of surprises we get, which I'm very excited about. Hey, Scott, good to see you.
Oh, come on now. That's wonderful.
That's the thing we'll think is, when it's 25 years grain whiskey and 25 years single malt combined, generally speaking, it's going to be a good whiskey.
What's my price point on this 25-year?
Like $250. It's not cheap, but
That's
it's also
not
bad considering it's 25-year whiskey. I mean, really, how bad can it? Exactly. Have you met Compass Box? Exactly, Steve, because it's delicious. Seriously.
I bet I could find any like I only drink single malts. I bet I could find a Compass Box for any of those guys.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Compass Box is what really changed me in blends in general. But even cheap blends, not to say that they're just like good, but you can see what they're going for. Even with like Clan McGregor, which I know is super budget, like $15 for a 175. I know Will is not a fan. I think it's fine for like golf and stuff. It's perfect, but it is what it is. But yes, and Tim, your daughter is correct. Putting also cookies and whiskey for Santa Claus. That's very nice of her. So, Tim, what whiskey does she put out for Santa Claus? That's the real question. What does Santa get to drink on Christmas Eve? Yeah, royal broccoli. Yeah, totally it. That it is fancy. It's got a royal warrant and everything for the broccoli garden there for the queen. Sure, she loves it. That's good.
So good.
I really enjoy that. It's actually, it's nice. I haven't poured this since. My gosh, was it? Doers was on. It was a year or two ago. It was a long time ago now. She lets me pick. That's awesome, Tim. That's fantastic. Yes, Bill, I do like the Cutty Sark Prohibition. That is a good one. We've not reviewed any Cutty Sarks yet. We need to do that.
I like Cutty Sark.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I like that one over Clan McGregor.
Oh yeah, it's way better than that, no doubt. It's funny. We were at a nice restaurant a couple years ago up in Wisconsin, and I figured they have like a nice Scotch collection. That was the nice one. Cutty Sark was the best thing they had. I'm like, this is a fancy restaurant. Who the hell picks your Scotch? It's like, okay, I guess I'll have that then.
That's awful.
I'm like, yeah, it was like Johnny Walker Red, Highland Mist, Cutty Sark, and what the hell is it? And I think some other base level thing. I was like, really? This is the best
Johnny
you
Red,
got?
probably.
Yeah, it was not pretty. Chocolate chip cookies with peated whiskey. That does sound good. Oh, nice, Eric. I'm glad you tried it. Very nice.
I really enjoy nice older whiskeys where the depth of age actually comes through on the palate.
Absolutely.
You can actually taste there's just the richness of it. It's not overly oaked in any sense of the imagination. It is very vanilla and caramel forward, but there's a denseness to old whiskeys that you just can't. Even at 40%, you can't get that even at 100 and at 100. It's just
you can't. Yeah, Stephanie McLeod's done a hell of a job blending these things, though. She's quite talented, to say, especially since there's 40 different whiskeys that go into Doers, which I don't even know how the fuck you do that. I mean, truly blows my mind how you combine 40 whiskeys to make this. It's like, okay, sure, and then it still tastes good, 25 years later,
and it still tastes the same as it did. Like,
yeah, that's true too.
Getting 40 whiskeys together to come up with like the end goal of white label, right? Like, I just batch after batch after batch has to be the exact same as it was before. It's nuts. Yeah, she's done a very, very good job.
She's quite close. She's won, I think, Master Distiller and Blender for the last couple of years, I think, in Scotland. So pretty talented lady. Would love to have her on at some point in time, but she's quite busy. But maybe someday we'll get lucky.
I can imagine.
This is really good stuff, though. Can't go wrong with that. That is for sure.
You can't have a 25-year-old bourbon. That's for sure.
You can. It's not great. I've got a couple of them. They're not my favorite.
Why, though?
Well, that's true, Dustin. That would technically also be true. You are correct. That does seem rather pointless, but yes, I have to agree with you. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Dustin's top shelf reviews and all his high-end stuff, I don't think there's any cheap blends on his show, though. Pretty confident in this. Have you guys reviewed any blends at all?
Would probably be one of the cheaper.
Yeah, for them, yeah. I don't know. It's a good question for Dustin. Have they reviewed any expensive old blends? Or older age statement, I guess would be the best question. It could also just be Compass Box blends because they're freaking awesome. Like, this is not luxury whiskey or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is a tremendous blend.
If memory serves me, they did no name reviews.
Those are blended malts, though.
Yeah.
But those are good, yes. But yeah, which Compass Boxes have you done, Dustin? That's a blend. Red Deck 25, that's not a bad one, Steve. I do like that one. I got that, and I've got, was it Old Blowhard? That's 25, or just 26. I have to try, what the hell is this, 28? The other, Whoop and Holler. That I was not a huge fan of. So, I tried that over with Liquor Hound. That was all right. Neither one of us were really thrilled with that. It's just old Dickel. So,
Oh,
yeah, it wasn't like bad. It just wasn't great. It was like, well, that's nice. But, hey, it is what it is. All right, so that's that one. So, like I said, if you haven't had a chance to try this, if you do find it, it's hard to find, but it is worth picking up if you like older whiskeys. And it comes in a cool box. And you know how I feel about cool boxes. It is cool. Unless it slides like this, which is cool.
Have you seen Glenfiddich's new box?
Oh, that
The
one that
actually
yeah, it does.
spins open.
Really cool.
Oh man, for their great crew.
26 years, like $600-700. Yeah, it's got this like art inside of it. I think it's really cool.
Such a cool box, though.
Okay, grain wiki. He's done several grains. Okay, very nice. Well, I just meant just blends of both, but yeah, that'll work just fine. All right, let's go to what I picked next. What I put? Oh shit. I think I put this one next. Did I put this or Johnny Walker next? I don't remember. What did I put a 2 on?
Johnny Walker.
I did. Okay. All
We
right.
can go in whatever order you want to go in.
We'll just finish the blends. All right. So this is the Johnny Walker Legendary 8, which is the original 8 that were actually open when Johnny Walker was alive. So, which is really cool. So it's Tenenic, Oban, Lagavulin, Brora, Cambus, Port Dundas, Carlsbridge, Blathol. So this was really cool. So I found out had I not opened this, is worth like $1,500, but it's open, so it's cool. But granted, it's not cheap. It's like a $400 whiskey to start with. So
man,
it is a really pretty bottle in a cool box.
It is very unique box, even for blue.
Yeah, so it's it's a really pretty bottle, but I like it. It's got all the different distilleries on it, which is really neat.
Yeah.
Of course, the story and all that fun stuff. But yeah, this is a cool bottle. And it's got some nice thick glass there at the bottom. Got about an inch of glass. This thing weighs a freaking ton. This is probably one of the heaviest Whiskey bottles I've had. But there's some seriously old closed distilleries in here. So that's the reason why it's so expensive and hard to find. So kind of part of their whole Ghost and Rare series. Came out between 3 and 4 when this one came out. I think it came out a year or 2 ago.
Whoa.
But yeah, I opened this to share with someone. So, but yeah, this is their 2th anniversary exclusive blend as well. So it's just really, really nice stuff.
Do you name Lagavulin as one of the things in here?
It is, yes.
Okay. I was going to say this is rich and deep and dark.
Yeah, this is what 43.8%.
Okay. So we're jumping up a little bit.
A little bit. Oh, it smells so nice though. How smooth is it? I'm sure it's super smooth.
The peat is present in a way that's not typically there for me on most Johnny Walker Black or Johnny Walker Blues. I know it's always a thread. There's always that little bit in there, but this is a good portion of the nose is peat.
It's like smoked pears.
Yeah.
Cling and everything. Yeah. It's a beautiful nose.
This makes me think more of like the Ardbeg pig roasting with an apple in its mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with candy.
Maybe a candied apple, that caramel apple.
Yeah, it's even got like the Smarties dust on it. When you open up a Smarties wrapper, that disgusting candy that they gave you in elementary school because it was cheap.
This does not smell nearly as old. There's not a
no, it doesn't.
There's not a depth to this that there was in the Dewar's 25.
But the color is nice.
But it's much darker, and it's much more down the peaty path.
Oh, it's good. It is Oban, Lagavulin, Tenenic, Brora, Cambus, Port Dundas, Carlsbridge, and Blair Athol. Those are the ones, Dustin.
Wow.
But it is really good.
And God, to his point, it just glides down the fucking palate. It's really. I hate to say it, but it really is quite fucking smooth.
Mm-hmm. Like there's very little bite. A little more on the second sip.
Yeah. The bite to me comes from the peat.
Oh yeah,
If
it's
you're not
definitely
a
the peat.
fan of peat, this is definitely not the Johnny Walker for you.
It's quite nice.
Uh,
No, that's a good point. You're right. If it's Brora, it wasn't young. Yeah, it's going to be in the 30s, which is the reason it costs what it costs.
yeah.
Which I remember because I know the Brora Ghost and Rare is really good. I do really enjoy that one. Yeah, the Port Ellen one was good. The Glen Ruley is good. I haven't opened the Pitovich one yet, but we have them all. So at some point we'll do a blind of the Ghosts and Rares
Oh, that sounds like fun.
because I'm stupid and collect these. Because even though I know they're absurd, but partly it's because I like the old distilleries that are closed in them. I just find it interesting to try them and see. I think it's the only way I'm ever going to get things that actually have them blended into it. Oh my gosh, dude, that would have been awesome. That was totally worth it there, Dustin. I was happy with what I paid for it. That's a freaking steal. Wow. There you go, Bill. It's a solid choice.
Is this a blended malt, or is this a blended Scotch? Because I'm getting some grain in there.
No, it's a blend because Port Dundas and Carlsbridge and Cambus are all grain distilleries.
Okay, there's a black pepper in there, and then there is I want to call it like a wheat sweetness in there as well. I don't want to call it corn, but it could be. I'm not getting corn on the nose at all.
No, I don't get any corn. I think you're. I think it's wheat, which they definitely use in blends.
Yeah.
You don't like Port Dundas? See, I like Port Dundas, Dustin. I don't have any problem with Port Dundas. I enjoy Port Dundas, so But I'm assuming you're probably talking about Muckety Muck. Is that the one you do not like? I would assume, Dustin, which was disappointing compared to I think the 18 year, which I like, which I prefer. Now, granted, I only tried it once. I haven't tried, and that was like a couple years ago. Yeah, no, it's definitely not all malt. Yeah, there's 3 grains in here.
Yeah. Well, that comes through on the palate as well. And again, more so than the Dewar's 25.
Yes, I definitely say the grain comes through more, but not in a bad way by any means. It's just
no, it's still very, very well balanced. It's still very good.
Yeah, but I probably agree.
Hey,
there's Bill. If you guys haven't shit in Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesdays, they do all that fun stuff. Good to have you here, Bill. I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, but if you enjoy them and you enjoy whiskey, go check them out. And I think most of you probably do.
I feel like most of us have at least dabbled. That was a fun one, Matt. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've never actually had it before tonight, so I sent a sample to a guy once as a thank you for something.
You opened it and didn't even drink any of it. You opened it to send a sample of something.
Yep.
Matt,
I wanted to save it so we could try it on here, so
You are a very, very kind man, sir.
I
try. I've told you that before, but
there you go.
Astounds even me, and I've known you for a while.
All right, so let's do. All right, so now we got another special one. Like I said, tonight I was going to go for the good stuff. We weren't going for crappy things this evening,
and I'm thrilled.
I was like, if these are the sponsors, let's drink the good stuff, not the basic ones.
Seriously.
All right, so this next one we're going to drink is a special Aberfeldy. This is a 21-year, finished in a French red wine cask from Saint Emilion, which is a first Grand Cru Class A limited edition here. So this is a very pretty box, too. I like this box. No surprise. And it's got a really nice story in this one. So they've done a really nice job with the presentation on this one. So let's see what we think of this one.
Is it magnetized?
Yes, it is magnetized.
Nice.
So here's the bottle itself.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. So nice, pretty. Like all the gold and black. It's nice, classy way they do their labels.
Yeah, it really is.
I do like your song there, though, Eric. It's beautiful about the whiskey tree. It's a good choice. And Will should make a guest appearance on Dungeons and Drams. It's a good choice. Yeah.
I might be able to make a Tuesday free for you.
There you go. Even they've actually gone to these. Actually, this cork is really cool. They've gone to these really unique. So you've got, oops, focus. So you get the A, you get the B, and that's
crown.
a barrel.
Oh, it's a barrel.
That's a still. And the pagoda. So, pretty cool. Ooh, a tomatin cast strength berry share at 57.5. That sounds very nice. Oh, yes, I do have the Balvenie 21 single barrel out tonight, Dustin. You are correct. Yes, I would agree. Now, Bill, they did put out, I think this was 2018, I think. They put out a sherry finish one that was at 53.8. That thing is unbelievably wonderful. Nika from the Barrel, good choice. And some Altanian light whiskey. Good choice, Andy. Good to see you.
Oh, my gosh, Matt. This is, again, back to that rich, deep, you can actually smell the fucking age.
This is stupid. It smells amazing.
It's so dense.
I think this is the first Grand Cru we've ever done either on the show. Because I have the Glenfiddich. I've never opened it, though. The 23 Grand Cru. It's
like an orchard of red berries with like a drizzle, like the most condensed honey that you've ever, smelled.
That and white chocolate.
Yeah.
Like melted white chocolate over red berries.
Yeah. White chocolate, red raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost like a yellow cake.
Totally. Yeah, like the yellow cake batter it's not cooked yet. Yeah.
Still whipping. Yeah. Still getting it going.
In the mixer. Yep.
Wow, man.
Is it exceptional? It's always. I don't know if actually this just says limited. I don't think it's the exceptional series. I think it's a different series from them, but it is exceptional based on the nose. We need to try it and see what it tastes like now. Oh, okay. That's really good.
Oh my God, that's the richest.
That's insanely oily. It kills me with Aberfeldy is how insanely oily they are at 43%. Even their 40% 12 is amazingly oily. That is so good.
And so dense and rich on the mouthfeel. My gosh.
That's really, really good.
Again, the depth of age is something you just can't fake.
No.
And when everything in there is, what do you say, 21 years old?
Yeah, at least. So
it's a game changer. The red wine casks play a really, really wonderful role in just kind of wrapping all the cereal notes in this strawberry, raspberry kind of layer. The chocolate's not as present to me on the palate, but it's just so rich and clingy and oil filled. I'd call this exceptional.
Yeah, this Aberfeldy in the last year just really stepped up. Everything is just doing incredible. In fact, they're the number one selling single malt in America now is Aberfeldy. So they've done an incredible job with marketing, incredible job making really good whiskey. Yes, I do.
Lafroig, but Lafroig has done some epic things in some wine casks.
Actually, this past Karches, the best Karches.
Holy shit, yeah. I'm so glad I was able to get my hands on one of those.
For real. I thank my brother for that one from Oklahoma, thank God. Because they're way cheaper in Oklahoma for whatever reason. Wow, that is good. I'm going to let Scott and Gareth know this is definitely exceptional. This is just amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I hadn't opened this one. It's been saved. Same thing. It's one of the saves. So, oh wow. You've never had any of them, Eric? Holy crap!
I'm having a really hard time believing this is 43%.
Yeah, that's all it says. It's 43%. It is beautiful.
It tastes 46 and non-chill filtered. Like it tastes it like it, I can't imagine this being chill filtered.
It doesn't say there. If not, I'll text them and find out for us. For sure. Pumpkin is, I think they're in Scotland right now, but when they get back, I'll text them. Yeah, it's insanely oily.
My God.
This is hilarious. Okay, this has got to be something funny. On the back of the bottle, it says gluten free. Really? That's hilarious.
How are you going to make something from grains and call it gluten free?
Well, because the distillation process removes the gluten. That's why.
I had a lady argue with me up and down saying she was celiac and she takes a sip of whiskey and she can feel it for 3 days.
It's a lie.
So,
because I know for a fact that's not true because my buddy Feroz is a celiac and it would have killed him by now if that was true. Because he has gotten he gets like tainted food like from a restaurant or something that got crossed into. He is the one that goes to the hospital. So I can guarantee you that there's no gluten in whiskey. The distillation process removes what makes people sick from it. So she's full of shit.
she told me she could only drink tequila. I was like, okay, lady.
Okay.
Enjoy your
Whatever.
tequila.
More like you just don't like it or you drank too much of it. That's why you feel it for 3 days.
That could be a good reason, wouldn't it?
That will do it. Oh, you like the... Yeah, I've got the Madeira cask, Andy. That's 2016, the old Lefroy Cartridge, the Madeira.
Ooh.
We're going to have... Though I said we'll go back and we'll have an entire night of peat and sherry. It's going to be fun and port and all these other fun things. We'll have a blast with that. This box is nice and heavy. Yeah, this is a really nice box Aberfeldy's starting to use. I like this. This is cool.
So this is a newer release?
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's good. It's one of those ones you tomorrow's World Hangover Day. Exactly, Eric. Exactly. But yeah, this box, it's one of the newer ones, but they're just doing nice stuff over there. What I'm excited too is about the new the Krugelicky stuff that's coming out, and just there's a lot of really cool stuff coming out in general. It's owned by the Bacardi brands, so lucky for them. Yeah. Yes. Exactly, Dustin. Exactly. 100% to her mind. You are correct. Exactly. All right. Let's do. I guess let's do Balvenie next. So this is the Balvenie 21 single barrel. Now, unfortunately, like Dustin said, these dude go way. These came out a couple years ago. They're like $3 a piece, so they're not cheap, but they are delicious. If I ever given this one, I think you know what? I think we had this last on Brian's driveway a couple years ago. I think this one we had it was the last time. I guess we apparently liked it. It's got a nice amount out of it, so apparently it was liked.
It was shared a little bit at least.
Yes, exactly. Johnny Depp taught me every day is hangover day. Ooh, Bill, a 17-year Bamor cast strength? Oh, that sounds amazing.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, I know that 10-year, was it Dos Morris, whatever that one is. That one's really good. Oh, that is it. Okay, so some things, Tyler, that I always recommend people that are getting into Scotch as a bourbon drinker. Something you can always try is Glenfiddich 14-year Bourbon Barrel Reserve, Glen Roth's Bourbon Barrel Reserve. The two I always recommend highly. Another good one is some of the Compass boxes. The Artist Blend is a good one to get into. That's a bourbon cask. Those are the three I always recommend. And generally, once you've tried those, most people don't turn back at that point. Generally, go, oh, Scotch is actually good.
My recommendation is always just to go and buy as many little sample bottles as you can at your local watering hole. Just get a whole bunch of minis and just sip on them and compare them back to back with a bourbon and just kind of go through the line and see which ones stand out and then go get big bottles of things. But
hey,
you can't always find minis of everything, but
That's nice, Dustin. It's a good intro. McAllen 25, Aurora 38, Highland Park 40, Balcony 50. It's a good start. It only costs you, a few thousand,
few
few thousand.
$1,000.
A Balcony 50, I think it's what that 50 grand, something absurd, 40, 50 grand. It's okay. You might spend $100,000, you can get them all. Great plan. So, Balcony 12 double, that's a good one. That's a good choice. I like that. The first fill single 12 single barrel. Yeah, that's true. You're right, John. That's a good Balcony too. I haven't poured that one in a long time. But yeah, Tyler, give those a whirl. I think you would probably enjoy those as a bourbon drinker. Most people I find that try those end up liking it and usually end up buying a bottle. Shockingly, how many bourbon drinkers include, especially that Glenfiddich 14 year, end up doing really well. And it's a blue canister if you're looking for it at the store.
Yeah, and it's relatively inexpensive. It's not crazy.
Like $50-$60 somewhere. It's not crazy expensive.
I usually get people with the Glenmorangie G10, the orange bottle. That's
a good one too. Yeah,
it's an easy sipper, and I feel like for some reason it's a good transition for bourbon drinkers. But I actually like your choices better. That just happened to be the choice that I
whatever works for you. Yeah. Glenmorangie 18 Space. That's a first bourbon cask. It's a good choice too, Eric. I haven't had that one in a long time. I've got a bottle. I just haven't poured it in a long time.
For the low price.
The 50 shipped to your door. Shit, they should drive it to my door at that point. Oh, the new ones are only 20 to 30. That's the budget 50s. Oh, I'm so sorry. The Tomatin Ducalis Legacy. Man, I think I have. I don't know if I've ever even opened that bottle. I know I haven't. I don't think I've ever opened that one, Ben. I'd have to go and find it and open it.
Well, that's a briny Balvenie.
A mini bottle of Oogie completely changed my mind on Pete. Oh, yeah. Pete's definitely the second choice for most people. But then some people like me go like, oh, I tried, like Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, whatever. And then it's like Lafroig 10. It's like, oh, Scotch is amazing. This is what I really like. I liked Glenlivet and Glenfiddich. They just didn't blow me away. Lafroig, that was the world I wanted to live in. And then I went back to less peaty or no peaty stuff to really enjoy them afterward.
Yeah. Top Shelf Dustin says he recommends going into wine cask finished scotches and tried to stay away from bourbon barrel ones. So everybody's got their own way of doing it, and everybody has their own palate. So
I found what I'm teaching at like bars and stuff. I found a lot of people do not care for sherry cask because of the mustiness of it.
Yeah,
especially younger women has been my case lately. Is they don't care for that. But they end up liking peat, which is very interesting that's the way it ends up going. Hey, Bottle Baron, good to see you.
Oh, Matt, this Balvenie is really lovely.
Very nice.
I like the Aberfeldy, I think, a little bit better, but this is really nice and briny.
Yes,
which I wasn't expecting. I don't remember that in the typical Balvenie.
No, it's not
to be a brine bomb, but this one is very sea salt heavy. And yeah, just very briny. There's like a seaweed, sea salt vibe going on in this one that is really unique, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Hello, Donald. Hey,
Donald. Hey, Steven. Glad you picked up a bottle of that Red Breast PEX. Good choice. Yes, nice. $3. Great price, Eric.
Glad you found one, man. Glad you found one.
Yeah, now that's true. BK, that the old 15 years. Yeah, 102. Good price for that one. Agree, Greg.
I understand that statement. I'm not mad about that statement. What's he got here?
That may be true with the Glenmorangie because they're not as insane as some of the ones that are heavily sherry. Yeah. It's certainly worth a try. I mean, usually when we try them on, we try them all of different types just to see where we go with them and get a hell no or that's really great and go from there.
Let's go ahead and move you around there. You don't need to be showing off your butt.
It happens. They're cats. They don't care.
Another tasty one, Matt.
It is good. I wouldn't want, like I said, I don't bring crappy stuff. Not that Balvenie makes any crap, they don't. But you know, that's a really good one. Because I figured we'd save the port one for when we do another night with the wine finishes. That 21. Now that's a good choice. Now that Bottle Baron, the 24-year Kirkland, that is a very good choice. We had that the other day when with our recent donation night. That's right. Go for, and the funny thing you say that, Eric, is then a lot of people do go for Broken Hand Track and they freaking love it.
Yeah.
It's either I really love this, like that is the most amazing thing I've ever had in my mouth, or that's horrible. Please never give me that crap again.
Why would you do that?
Generally, how I find with Octomore.
Yeah, that's the epitome of love it or hate it.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's no in between on that whiskey.
Oh yeah, Andy, you're totally right on Redbreast 12, Cast Strength, the newer ones. Nope, they're nowhere near as good. You got to go off and find those old maroon boxes. The blue box, not so much. They're not bad. They're not as bad as the small batch light blue, but the dark blue Cast Strength 12s, they're okay. But those old maroon boxes were amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you find the old maroon ones, buy those instead. Yes, cats and small children, they just don't care. You are correct, Dustin. You are correct. That's the way it goes. But you're right. The saltiness is quite nice. It is very good. It's good stuff. What's the bottle number?
Another yummy whiskey.
Yep. Yeah, this one was put in cast in 1999. Cast number 5364, bottle 83, if anyone cares.
So I have 2 years left in high school.
God, that's scary, right? It's true. That's the thing that's cool about whiskey is like, what were you doing 21 years ago in high school?
Yep.
It's just pretty funny.
Still in high school at that point.
Oh, so bottle. If you've had Port Charlotte 10, you like that. There's a really good chance you'll like Octomore.
Yeah.
Totally different, but amazing.
I wouldn't say totally different.
Hey, Richard.
Directionally, we're still playing baseball. Hell, we're still probably on the Yankees.
Now whiskey till Brooklyn.
One of them hits home runs every fucking time, and the other one's a good catcher. You know what I mean? Like,
true. And they were $80. Well, that's true too, Dustin. Good point.
Hello, Richard. Always great to see you in chat, sir.
Absolutely. Oh, that's not fun, Steve. Just got laid off. It's not good. 21 years ago, not now.
Oh, okay. Oh, this should be
fun. Eric, that's awful. Oh. Says last night I had the windows open and skunk paid me in the middle of the night. Great way to start a week. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Yeah, we get skunks behind my house all the time because we got a green belt back there. So the best was we came home one night and the front yard, the two of them were going at it mating. So I just kept on driving. I wasn't disturbing that and getting sprayed. So I was like, whoa, we got to go, kids. We're not stopping for that. Oh, very nice. See, so your son can drink this year. Even better. That's pretty great. Oh, jeez. That does suck, though. All right. Let's go on to Juror. 18. No, I have a 21, but I've never opened it, and I figured we opened up a couple other things tonight, so we'll save that one for another time.
We got to have something fun to open later on in life.
Oh, there's always fun stuff around here to open. All right, it says 44%, and this is also finished in a red wine cask with smoky notes.
Ooh.
I know when I gave this to Jason, this was probably almost 3 years ago at this point, that he really liked this one a lot.
Whoa.
Oh, just turned 18. Okay. Very nice. Depending on what country you're in, you could also maybe be able to drink. I don't know. Of course, with your parents, you can drink anyway. It doesn't really matter. A moose head outside your window? That's funny, Bill.
Oh, indeed. We wish you the best in your commute, good sir.
Drunken people on bicycles. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
I'd rather them on bicycles than Segways.
Well, yeah. Hey, you know, the guy in the Segway did die going off the side of a cliff, which personally I find funny. It's one of those, like, you know, that's a Darwin Award for stupidity. Oh, very nice. Just getting into wine at 34. Very nice, Eric.
Oh, yikes.
You are correct, Andy. That is where the 45-year glove limit lives.
I never plugged my computer in, so I need to go grab a charging cable real quick. I'm about to die. Oh, this smells lovely.
Exactly, John. Exactly, Richard. Smoky notes.
Mm.
My screaming child making weird noises. Oh, very nice. My son turned 21 5 months ago. Took him to Kentucky trip for his B-Day. Previous injury. Oh, okay. Awesome. Glad to hear that. What a great trip to go to Kentucky for your 21st birthday. Very nice. And obviously the big red wine finisher is definitely a thing. What is the holiday that it's in Canada today? Is this your Memorial Day up there, up in Canada? I don't know what the holiday is in Canada today. Or is it Canada Day? I'm not really sure.
Ooh.
Ah.
Now we're back to the nice peaty, what we were talking about with the Johnny Walker earlier. I don't know that it's that dense. Doesn't have any of that Lefroy in it, but
that's pretty funny, Andy.
It's still nice and dense on the peat notes. I
love that. It's I can't remember someone's name to say in my life, but I remember where Scotch is that I tried at a stranger's house. He's been here a few times since then, but that's pretty funny. I guess it was 2-3 months ago. Maybe it was longer than this. I don't know, maybe it was 6 months ago, last time they were here, but it was sometime in the last year. Ah, it's Victoria Day. Queen Victoria's birthday. There you go. I would have never gone with that in a million years.
God save the Queen. Or let her die. It's whatever.
Because we don't care in America, because we don't have them. Thank God. We got rid of those a long, long time ago. Because we're smart. Because those people suck. This does smell really nice. This is 44%, so it would go down a little bit, but it has peanut. I didn't want to do that.
Mm.
Yeah, we haven't drank Juror on the show in a long time.
It still doesn't drink as thick and rich as the Aberfeldy did at 43.
No, it doesn't. It is still a very good whiskey. Now, granted, this one only costs like I think it was $80, $70, $80. It's not expensive, which is nice for an 18.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now they may be more now, but when I bought it 3 years ago or so, that's what they were. Oh yes, but it's good though. But it's probably not as good as the other things we've had tonight. It's probably, unfortunately, the least of them. If this is the worst we've had tonight, darn.
Yeah, it's so sad on me.
Yeah.
We are currently sipping on Matt. Show him the bottle. I don't know if we ever showed him the bottle.
Oh, I think you're right. I think we did actually. You are correct. There we go. So that's the 18-year Juror.
Currently sipping on some 18-year single malt Juror.
Yeah, I do like their bottles though. They do have a really cool shape to them.
Yeah,
I've got several old Jurors as well that we'll review at some point in time, which are pretty good. A Witch War. Yes, we had one of those too in Salem. Didn't end well because either way, you were a witch and you died. If you weren't a witch, you died. It sucked.
All this talk about spreading misinformation. The first books that were published and the first books that actually got popular and republished were How to Kill Witches.
Lovely.
Those were the first bestsellers. Were How to Spot Witches and then How to Kill Them. So we've been spreading misinformation for a long, long time now.
Oh, we're good at that. Surprise! Humans make shit up. Yes.
Queen Latifah Day.
Judicially celebrate.
Oh God!
Give it to a friend. That lady that put herself in the hospital because she kept having fans request that and selling it to them. Ate so many beans, she apparently wrecked her internal intestines. Had to go to the freaking hospital. I'm like, you are stupid. People that are buying that are really stupid. But hey, great things for stupid people if they give you money.
I really love reading Eric's comments because they start off like you start off reading it thinking that, it's just going to be a normal, wholesome comment. And then it just takes a fucking left turn every goddamn time.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We still have to review that bottle, Andy. We haven't reviewed the 45-year Glenlivet yet, but we will.
Ooh, 45-year Glenlivet.
Yep.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. That's the oldest thing I've got. Yeah, we've never drank on the show. I don't have very much of it left, but we will. It's in fact, it hasn't been opened probably in 3 years.
Wow.
Andy, that might have been the last time that thing was open, to be honest. Rye ergot. Okay.
I like left turns. I like left turns.
It's not our fault they drive on the wrong side of the road. Like Andy said, we won the war because riding the road is stupid. Yeah, there were no cars then, but still stupid.
It's amazing how fast we went from, the early 1900s with, like 4 automobiles total to now, and just the amount of technology and innovation that has happened in this, last 100 years.
It's rather insane.
It's rather fucking insane.
Oh,
we went from the telegraph to, hi, everybody. I'm speaking to you live from my living room. Been getting broadcast to whatever the fuck device you're watching and listening to us on.
This is true, which is pretty crazy.
100 fucking years. Like this was science fiction even 50 years ago, 10, even 20 years ago, really.
Yeah, in 20 years ago, this didn't exist. And in reality, it wasn't even mainstream till probably 6 or 7 years ago. It just hadn't been that long.
Right. YouTube's only like 11 years, 12 years old.
You're right, Richard. Yeah, it was about that rise. Okay, you're right. The rise psychedelic effects. That's true. Which is pretty scary when you think about it, that a bread that was cooked incorrectly caused that is pretty wild. Yes. Go full electric. Now we're about to go electric. Except for our power grid can't hold it, and then our power goes down, because that'll work out great. Good plan, guys. I'll take gasoline, thank you. Because it's wonderful and beautiful. I can go anywhere to fucking hook up to a damn charging station. Great in the city.
I mean, again, what happens when the charging station goes down?
Yeah, you're just screwed. The first 2 cars I were on a public road yesterday got into a wreck. It is pretty funny.
Above the urinal in a men's room. We haven't seen that in Texas yet. I've seen TVs that do advertising. And that they'll flash different advertising.
Yeah, in the bathroom for sure. Yeah. I remember the old days in the urinals, and you had the yesterday's newspaper, the sports page be on there, so you could read the sports page while you take a piss. It was very nice.
You know what I remember? I remember going to sporting events, and in the men's room, there was just a fucking trough in the middle of the fucking men's room.
Ranger Stadium used to have
everybody just stood around and pissed into the fucking bucket.
And you know what? It was super efficient.
It was super efficient. Never a fucking line. Never a fucking issue.
I think we should go back to it. In fact, at the San Angelo airport had a trough. It was awesome. Never was, like you said, never a line. Now, granted, it also has 3 gates, but I think he's one at a time. But still, very efficient. I love the troughs. Once they went to the freaking individual stall, it takes forever. Stupid plan. You get all those extra people in there going to the bathroom at one time. Simple problem. Solved.
That one's tasty. That's my least favorite, I think, of the evening, though. I like the.
I would agree. This is my least favorite.
I like Juror 25. Quite a fucking bit. That was actually a surprise to me. How much I enjoyed the Doers 25.
Me too.
The Johnny Walker, I'm not surprised by how much I love it. I am surprised by how much peat is in it. But that Alberfeldy.
You can pass it at ludicrous speed, except for we'll still be driving when you're broke down the side of the road because there's no freaking electricity.
I don't know, Matt. That being said, have you actually been in a plaid?
No, because that's insane.
Oh, Matt, it's 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds is something that, like, it feels like you're on a fucking roller coaster. Like it's not, it's not possible to go that fast. It shouldn't be possible.
Here's a good question from the Bottle Baron. He says, what do you guys like to drink when watching TV on a weeknight? Most of the time is going to be cheap bottled and bond bourbon because
Oh
I don't
no.
give a shit.
Most of the time for me, it's a blend of a a handle of scotch of some sort. Right now, I have Dewar's. Speaking of Dewar's, I got Dewar's White Label. Most of the time, it's Teachers, since Eric Evanson introduced me to it. But it's usually that as a base, and then I blend in typically a nice high proof scotch and a bit of peat from usually an Ardbeg, but that changes sometimes.
Yeah, now it's usually during a movie it's scotch, but if it's TV late at night, it's usually bourbon because it's in the box behind me and I drink out of the bottles and I don't care because I'm cheap. And they cost like $10. I just don't care. Just walk away if your TV offers you a free prostate check. I'm pretty sure the Rangers Stadium does the same thing right now. But they paid for it. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I have a urinal. My neighbor complains about it. That's urine. Oh. Yeah. Hey, Eric. Good to see our buddy there from Mirage.
Yeah. Not fun.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm assuming you had a lot to drink at this point in time. You can use a sundial to measure the 1997 400 Stewart 60.
I remember him at Hurricane.
Oh,
Well, what was now? I don't remember what it was called then. Hurricane Harbor, though.
Oh, Wet and Wild?
Wet and Wild. I remember them at Wet and Wild.
Yeah, God, I haven't been there in years. I think I've been there probably in almost 20 years. My college dorm at the Trough was all guys dorm in the late 80s. That's awesome. Now, my favorite is when you go to the old clubs where they would have the ice in the trough and then the beer's in the trough and you're pissing in the trough. That's my favorite. Especially those old crappy strip clubs. Those are hilariously funny. It's like, who thought this was a good idea? It's like, you stuck ice in it, fine. Then you stuck your beer in it and then people are peeing next to it. Great choice, guys. Solid plan.
You're gonna have some warm spots in that beer.
Yeah, I'm like, no, not drinking the beer out of the urinal. Sorry, out of the trough. It's gross. Hey, but don't worry, that guy will also give you a spritz of some knockoff Polo when you leave. So you got that going for you. All right, our final sponsor of the World Whiskey Day is Powers. So I chose the Powers John Lane 12, which is one of our favorites. Of course, it's the old bottle, the pretty bottle, not that hideous beast they have now out there. I don't know what they were thinking on that marketing, but whatever. Hey, what? You don't like swords, Dustin? That's my favorite thing. When we were kids with my brothers or my cousins, you got to play swords.
Sword fights.
The best.
Also called making a very big mess of the bathroom.
But it's fun. Hey, you got to keep it in the toilet, though. I mean, all over the bathroom's not good.
No, big swings.
Jeez. All right. You didn't drink at the time. Oh, geez. You just missed. Oh, that's worse. Ooh. Yes, that is not good.
Oh, that's so buttery and oily.
Oh, that's hysterical, Andy.
You said
the students still have it where the poor people sit. That's hilarious. That's really funny, Andy. I mean, I have no idea how old your stadium. I assume your stadium is rather old. I don't know. Never been to the stadium or anything about it. Just know it's in Oklahoma. That's my extent of my knowledge of a Sooners football game. I assume that's the student end, not the very wealthy donors. Pete, the Berlin Wall in Vegas. There you go.
Do you say this was 12 years old?
Yep. 12 years old, 46%. Of course, very nice Irish single pot still. Now, I totally agree with that, Andy. Christmas Rammer, the best weapons. That may be a valid point, Dustin. It's the student section. It hasn't been installed in the 50s. Wow. In the 50s renovation. Holy crap. Wow.
This reminds me of the first time I tried Redbreast. Like I'm getting brought back to like my first encounter of Redbreast like 4 or 6 years ago.
Oh, Bill, that's hilarious.
Oh,
Oh,
come
you're
on.
right. It smells so good. Yeah, obviously this is a Middleton product. Oh,
I don't believe you that that's 12. That's
there's got to be way
15.
older stuff in this. There just
It's
has to be.
15, maybe 16 years old at
Well,
minimum.
Donald
Holy
might know.
shit, that's so rich.
These ones are so good, though.
That's so rich, Matt.
What's the best of Powers John Lane, Red Breast Silver, Yellow Spot? Powers John Lane, hands down. For me,
Followed by Yellow Spot and then Red Breast. And that
yeah, agreed.
order would have been different 5 years ago.
Yes, I'd probably agree with that.
But Red Breast took a turn, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Their regular 12 took a turn. Their cask strength took a turn. They all just kind of slowly started sinking.
Yeah, I'd agree, Donald. Probably dollar for dollar, the best value that Milton makes. That's probably true.
Powers John's Lane.
Yeah, I'd probably, because this thing it's only like $60. It's not expensive. Now the problem is, once again, this is a problem we've had certain whiskey supermarkets, our own problem, is that some of us like to talk about Irish whiskey, and especially really good Irish whiskey. I know we make friends with people locally that like Irish whiskey now, and it all disappears. I mean, I know guys that drive all over DFW to find the John's Lane. Like, they love this stuff.
I understand why. I mean, for $60, that's stupid good.
Absolutely. Okay, so it says at least most or at least 17. Okay, interesting.
I like that more than the Juror 18.
Oh, I totally agree.
I mean, totally different whiskeys, but Jesus, I like that. I think it's richer. It's more complex.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have the peat in it, but there are layers upon layers of this buttered. It's buttered toffee. It's a Ritz cracker, like a buttered cracker.
Oh yeah, it really is. The salt and everything.
It's got
the cheese.
Just layers. It's yellow cake.
Yeah, it even has the spreadable handy snack cheese on it with a little red, I don't know, piece of plastic, whatever you call that, little spreader thingy.
Cheese whiz. No, it's not cheese whiz. What is it?
I don't know. Handy snack, whatever that cheese stuff is. Artificial deliciousness.
Mm-hmm.
At least it was as a kid. I don't know. I haven't had one in a long time. It probably tastes like crap now, for all I know. I've had one in years.
Oh, come on. That's tasty good, Matt.
Yes, it is. I think the problem with Redbreast is, I think, unfortunately, once again, it comes down to whiskey nerds really loving Redbreast, and so many people got into it, they just ran out of stuff to put it out, unfortunately. There, see, there you go, Springbank. Yay, I win. Well, you spring some Springbank 25 there, Dustin? I mean, you're not wrong. You do win with that. I think that's true, Andy. I think, to me, Redbreast, all the popularity, decided to go after the dollar. They started putting on a ton of high dollar NAS stuff, and their cash has been poor as of date. Yep, and you're right. I think that's probably accurate.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point of going, well, like I said, the PX was major improvement over the last several things I've had from them.
I agree with you that last PX release is the first Redbreast I've purchased in about 4 years.
Yeah, because the rest of the stuff I tried, I'm like, this is disappointing.
It was a hard pass pretty much every single time. And I mean, the Redbreast 27 was wonderful. But it was not ridiculously priced, but it was very expensive for what it was.
Yeah. Good point. Oh, the green 12 year? I don't know. I don't ever had that one, Dustin. To be honest with you, I think they made a 13 year. This is several years ago. I tried the first time in the vault. God, this was at 18, I guess. Yeah, it was 18.
Matt and I prefer dolphin and everything that we eat.
Yeah,
just a little bit of ground up dolphin and basically everything.
Who doesn't want that? It's delicious.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, Sean, exactly. Yes, Powers John Lane is always great. I'd agree. I like the whole Powers lineup in general. I like the Powers, the gold. It's good. The Three Swallows is good. The Signature is good. But yeah, none of they're all good whiskeys. But of course, the John's Lane is just the best. Ah, it was a sherry finish. Okay, thanks. It's like I know I tried one of them in there. I didn't remember what it was. Unfortunately, all those old Springbanks are long gone in the vault. They've been loved and they're gone. They're all from Middleton. What is the difference between James Lane and Robert Toad? To be honest, that's probably a better question for Donald than us because I've never studied those extensively. What the big difference is,
Nor have
Donald,
I.
I'm gonna let you
I
answer
mean,
that
think
one.
about it. They're all 12 year. They're all 12 year. They're all
Yeah.
from the same place.
Now,
Um,
the big difference is, of course, the finishing. The one is just sherry. The Yellow Spell's got 3 finishes on it.
right.
I don't know what this one's got any finishing on it. What's this?
This tastes mostly bourbon barrel.
Mainly an American oak with small Iberian oak. So it's Spanish oak and American oak, essentially. So
This
that's why.
smells mostly bourbon barrel influenced.
Yeah, just making sure I wasn't wrong. All right, so I'll let Donald. If it's anything, I know those are the minor differences of it, but I'm sure there's bigger ones that Donald can give us.
Yeah,
What the
I
main
feel like we really
differences
need
are.
to have another Irish night with Donald. So that
Actually,
we
we plan to have one with him. I talked to him about it a couple of weeks ago or so.
oh, good.
We're going to
Because
have him come on.
now
I
that we're
figured I could get a rep from them or I could get Donald. Donald probably knows more, so I'm going to get Donald. Unless I could get like the distiller, which I'm
right.
not.
If you
So I'm
can't get a
going to get Donald.
blender or a distiller, no, Donald knows more than them.
I guarantee it. So I was like, we're going to set up a night to have Donald and do that. Okay, there we go. Slightly different mash bills.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Cool. We will get all into that with Donald, and we'll get a super nerdy, awesome answer from him because he knows the answers to those. I don't. Because if you want to know all about Irish, ask Donald because his answers will be better than mine.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of which, if you're not in the Discord and the Wizcord, you should probably join the Wizcord. It's a good place for you to learn all the things that you'd like to learn about whiskey. You can ask all the questions that you have to incredibly knowledgeable people that are actually literally writing the book on whiskey, are hanging out there in the bar 24/7. It's really, really incredible, the people that you will meet and the knowledge that you will gain. I'm sure one of our mods will throw in the Discord link at some point here soon so that you guys can just simply click on it and join if you are not already a part.
That's true, Dustin. It's true. They're all spelled differently. That's a good point, Andy. They're definitely all spelled differently. Good job. That's an awesome answer. Yeah, unfortunately, you're right. The Springbank stuff is almost non-existent now, which does suck. Once again, it's our fault for talking about how great Springbank is.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And Hazelburn, same thing. Like,
well,
I wish
by
I could
them
keep my
too,
damn
so.
mouth shut.
Yeah. So, oh well. It's the Wizcord with a trough. That's right, man.
With a trough.
Well, Bill, we need a new emoji. Hello, everybody. Jason, how's it going? Good to see you.
Hi, Jason.
Appreciated having him on last week. That was a blast. Good times. I know he just finished off over on the Shelf Turds there. So,
oh, nice.
They had a pick I think he did with them. So fun times.
They do fun trivia nights.
Yeah. There's the link for
Among other
the
things.
Discord. There you go.
There's that link. Thanks, Donald. Appreciate you, bud.
But yeah, we'll do a big night on that. We'll break because we plan to do was all 6 spots that night.
Ooh.
And go from there.
Okay.
Well, I think they helped Jason pick one, Dustin. I think that's more like it.
Turd pick.
Speaking of picks, once again, this coming Saturday we'll be out in the colony at Worth the Poor for our Virginia distillery pick, and there's one sherry pick, a bourbon pick, and a cuvee pick there, and then $10 of each bottle goes to Folds of Honor, which it helps veterans' families and families that are deceased as well for their kids to go to college and things like that passed away in the service of the country. So especially fitting for Memorial Day for that weekend while we're out there for that.
Indeed. And Virginia's done such a great job with their American single malt. They're doing great things with that American single malt category. So I'm really happy to see all the new things that they're coming out with and taste all the products that they have because they haven't disappointed me yet.
Yeah, they've got a
They're a little
new.
pricey. They like the product a lot,
Yeah,
but they're really yummy. So
they are. That's true. It's not
yeah.
the cheapest one, but they're totally worth the money to
No,
me.
you got to be willing to pay a little bit. But I mean,
Yeah.
again, this one's for a good cause, which is nice. And
Yeah, and then the owners, Michael and Brenda, are awesome out there. They're super. I've had them out to the house and stuff to come hang out. They're really good people, and it's a really really good store. They've got a lot of cool. It's kind of like Mirage, same thing. They got a ton of stuff to try out there. It's just they got a lot of unique things they don't have at other stores. They're just a fun place. They're just super fun people to talk to, and they know a tremendous amount about whiskey. So,
well, and again, like the amount of whiskey for the amount of store space that they have
it's amazing.
is amazing. Like they just have an incredible selection for what the size of the store is.
Yeah, and then the display, they had a really nice display for us, Virginia did. It's got our logo on. It's this huge thing at the front of the store. And so there's a picture of it in Discord if everybody wants to see it.
Yeah.
That's where it's at currently. But we'll have it posted to Facebook and Instagram as well. I'll have Sarah post that in the next couple of days. So you guys come check that out if anybody's around.
Since we still have a little bit of time, if you're interested in trying some Andalusia whiskey spirits, you might want to try ordering them online because it might be available to ship right to your house if you don't live in Texas or one of the other, couple of states that we don't ship to.
It will be at Worth the Poor, Andy. It's in the Colony.
Worth the Poor. Yeah, that's the name of the store.
It's a very, very nice store in a very nice area of the Colony, which is a city here. Their high school is the Fighting Farmers.
Nice, Bill. Glad to hear that, man. Man, that was the whiskey that made me join the company. And I actually just went down to the distillery and picked up a Super Striker, which is a distillery-only edition of Striker. And that thing it's 100% peated or not 100% smoked run.
So good.
Oh my gosh, is it ever delicious? They did this one in used barrels only. So it's nice and light in color, even though it's nice 3 years old. And it's not too vanilla or too caramel. It's just beautiful. Nice and smoky and rich.
Yeah.
Dense. I love it.
Very cool.
You can drive down to Blanco. I highly recommend driving down to Blanco and picking yourself up a bottle of that.
Absolutely. Center fielder for OU. The softball team is from the Colony. See? Only 2 hours away. Sandy, make the trip. We'll be there from 5 to 8 p.m. Be a good time. And you'll find some other cool stuff.
You can, I'm sure.
They have really unique things on the shelf that I haven't seen at other stores. Plus, like I said, the cool thing with that store is they have dots on things you can try. So any label has a dot on it, they have a ball of that for you to try, which is really great system I've not seen anywhere else. And that was Brenda's idea. It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, that's incredibly smart because that way, if somebody's looking at it and they're going back and forth between two things and one of them has a dot on it, it's like, oh well, let's go just try that one real quick.
I'm gonna pour more
better if both of them
do. Doers because why not?
That's what I poured too, Matt.
Because I think this was just a surprisingly really really good.
Out of the 6 whiskeys you gave me, man, I poured myself another little pour of the Doers to kind of to finish the night off with. I don't know that this was my favorite. I think the Aberfeldy might have been my favorite.
Oh yeah, the Aberfeldy was probably the best one. But
the Johnny Walker is definitely it's most down my home plate as far as flavors go, because of the peat and because of how dense it is. But it's just kind of boring. The Aberfeldy is not boring at all.
No.
It was dense and rich and just wanted my attention for every moment. That was fucking stellar.
You're the Mellow Yellow, huh? That's Mellow Yellow. That's a delicious soda from back in the day. I don't even know if they still make Mellow Yellow. They also had a very nice NASCAR with the Mellow Yellow logo on it.
That's right. That fucking green and yellow car.
Oh, yeah. Empire Liquor now and other places has some options for trying bottles before you buy. Super cool owners. Yep.
When are we going back to NASCAR, Matt? Are we going to make that happen at some point?
Well, as soon as Sugarland puts us up again.
All right.
I got to call Ashley and find out if she can put us up for next year's race.
Let's do that because I want to go.
I do too, especially since we had pit passes and everything and garage passes and all sorts of craziness that were given since they're the official sponsor of Moonshine for NASCAR Sugarland.
Right.
We do appreciate it.
And don't they have one of the highest visited distilleries in the world?
They do. They're like number 2 and number 1 is Old Smoky. Old Smoky has 4 locations as well.
Oh, okay. But Old Smoky's number 1. That's right.
Yeah, because Old Smoky's got 2 in Gatlinburg, 1 in Pigeon Forge, and 1 in Nashville.
Oh, Jesus.
Because they're right there. The Smoky Mountains forest is right there, so you dump out at the distillery. So both Old Smoky and Sugarland are both right there.
Andy Mancan says Empire Liquor and Allen has some great options to try and try before you buy.
We have a
Super
store
cool
pick there
blenders.
too of a Journeyman. Whiskey Whips and Corsets.
Yeah.
Was that Minnesota? Another really nice whiskey.
I'll have to check out Empire Liquor, see if I can't get some Andalusia put in there.
Maybe it's Wisconsin, whatever it is. Or Michigan, somewhere in there. Oh,
yeah. That Jurors was a surprise tonight.
It was a surprise.
40%, man. It's a
stellar pick for 40.
That is a tasty 40% whiskey. Since we have a little bit more time, I'm going to pour myself a little bit more of this. I think that's my favorite of the evening, Matt.
Good choice.
We had this Aberfeldy 21-year Grand Cru.
I figured that would be a big hit. I figured you like that, Sarah liked that, so
Man, I'll think about leaving her a sample of this to try.
Yeah,
I don't think she's watching the replay right now, so I don't think she's ever going to know.
Nobody
tell her.
1960 Stone by Donovan. There we go. And that's how you have Andalusia, because you bought it there, because it's not in Oklahoma. This is true.
Yay. Okay, cool.
Second silver time.
Good to know, Andy. Maybe I'll just stop by and say thanks. What can I do to help?
That is Michigan. Sorry. Just think of that Journeyman. I'm pretty sure it's Michigan, actually. Doesn't
Second
matter.
supper time. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Ben.
Sounds like a good plan at 11 o'clock. Could be midnight. I don't remember which time zone you're in, but whichever one you're in. Aberfeldy is definitely great stuff. I don't know if I've ever seen an independent Aberfeldy, to be honest, Bill. I've never seen one. I don't even know if they make them. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen indies of their other. Yeah, I had some indies of some of their other stuff, but not that. But they probably predate the Bacardi by 98.
Bacardi purchase.
Yeah, because they were forced. Diageo was forced to sell some of them because of their monopoly status. So Bacardi picked up the 5 they picked up immediately as soon as that went up for sale in 98. Have not looked back, and it's done very, very well for Bacardi.
Yeah, no kidding.
See, Dustin wants to know when you're going to start giving away Andalusia bottles on a stream. It's a good question. I think that would probably be up to Ty. So.
Hey, if I have an issue getting my job done, I'll start giving that.
There you go. Yeah, the problem for Will is he sells it all, and so that's the problem. It keeps happening.
I've sold him out of whiskey in the DFW area 3 times now, so
nice.
It's just a matter of just keeping stock at this point.
Yeah,
I'm trying. I don't want it to blow up too big too fast. I don't want to become an iron root where you can't find anything that we make unless you come to the distillery. Like, right? I don't want to be that. So.
That's hilarious, Andy. Favorite Michigan related shirt I've ever seen is an Ohio State t-shirt that says Ann Arbor is a whore. That's hilarious.
Ann Arbor is a whore.
That's hilariously funny. The Atlantis showing my age too, my friend. Oh, that's cool. Nice spaceship.
It's fantastic.
Oh, it's too funny.
All right, Matt. I'm going to cut it a little bit short tonight. I don't know if you're going to stay on it for a couple minutes or not, but I'm going to go ahead and sign on off. What do we got coming out tomorrow night? We got a
Maker's Mark.
We did. I edited Maker's Mark today.
By the way, was it 18 minutes or so, something like that?
It was a little bit shorter than that once I cut a little bit out.
Cut out all the other BS.
I think it's just a little under 18 minutes now total.
Awesome. So the history is very, very long, but very interesting. So if you like history, you're going to enjoy the history of that episode. If you don't, we'll put a part to skip through it, and you can just listen to the tasting notes. It's up to you.
I figured that's the only nice thing to do to the people.
This is true. Night, Eric. Appreciate it.
Night, Eric. I'm right there with you, man. Matt, I hope you enjoy yourself, my friend. Are you going to stay on for a couple minutes?
I can. If the people would like to stay on for 5 or 6 minutes, we can do that and go to 11 since we started, 6 minutes late or whatever, which is at this point just the way it goes.
Cheers, my friend. Have a good rest of your
night. So, yes, don't forget about the Whiskey for sure. Always good fun times in there. Absolutely. Yes, this Juror 25 was quite delicious, though. Can't go wrong. Trying to think what else we got going on. Did see some nice stuff on Netflix. Did watch. If you guys haven't seen Operation Mincemeat, it's very good with Colin Firth. I should definitely check that out with that. And Kelly MacDonald is very good. So that's the thing I know we watched. That's about World War II and basically it's about the intelligence service and how with that Ian Fleming was, and of course, who wrote James Bond, and he's kind of a little of a background character in that. And very interesting, of course, is why he ended up writing spy novels because of his intelligence service prior. So that was a very good movie. Check that out. Some new shows I've been watching. Good night, Steven. Good to see you. James Warren, as long as your nightcap pour, you're good. There you go. Exactly. Let's see. What do we try? If you haven't seen The Offer yet, that's on Paramount Plus. It's excellent. It's with Miles Teller. And that is about the making of The Godfather. I'm sure most of you are fans of the film The Godfather. But anyway, so how that movie got made and all the problems they had to go through to make it. So it's been a fascinating show. Really enjoyed that. Tokyo Vice is wrapped up, so that was good. You can check out Tokyo Vice. That's HBO Max. That was good. What else we watched? The Flight Attendant's almost over. I think let's watch the 7th one, I think, last night. So that's good. If you can check The Flight Attendant, first 2 seasons of that are good. Of course, we're all waiting on Yellowstone, though. Apparently, we found out Yellowstone season 5 is not coming back till I think November 13th. So, waiting with bated breath for Yellowstone season 5, of course. I'm trying to think what else. That's really, and then we're still almost done with Ozark. Haven't finished that quite yet. But that's the shows we've been watching lately. So that's the fun stuff. I don't watch Star Trek, so I don't know. But Dustin says it's awesome. The Strange New Worlds is awesome. I'll take your word for it. It's not really something I watch, but sure, why not? This whiskey is delicious, though. I might as well pour a little bit more of this Aberfeldy 21 because why not? Of course, we're all waiting for Top Gun to come out next week. So we're probably going next week because pretty much everything's already sold out around here. I don't care for it though, Dustin. It's not that many. I don't care for it. It's not. Star Trek's never been a thing. I like Star Wars, but Star Trek was never a thing for me. I think the only Star Trek I really liked was the hell's that? It was a few years ago. They made a movie. One of the movies was pretty good. I don't remember which one it was, but it's one of the newer ones. I'm trying to think of the hell the name of the actor was in it. I don't remember his name. Doesn't matter. Peter B. You damn right. Oh, so good. She already knew about it. Very cool, Peter. Awesome. It is pretty wild that they faked out not just a dead body. It was very good. Yeah, very cool thing, but they did a good job with it. Trying to think. Oh, we just watched we finished The Night Of, which is an old show on HBO from like 2016. Very good. If you haven't seen it, it's 8 episodes long. It's excellent. Wow, you said the original Top Gun in theaters? That is awesome. That is also currently on HBO Max. If you need to watch that before you go to the theater in the next week or two, it's a good choice. Awesome. So speaking of Coloman, you got some Sanig there, John, which is a good whiskey. Apparently at Total Wine, they put that was the special, was the Machier Bay. It was their special concierge service. So are we having a hard time getting Coloman now? Which, I mean, I figure Machier Bay is a pretty basic one. That's the most basic, easy one to get. But apparently that's a problem now, which is ridiculous. I wish there was a double feature. I could watch both the original Top Gun and the new Top Gun together as a double feature at the theater. I think that'd be awesome to do. I mean, granted, we have a really nice media room, so that'll work just fine. But look forward to watching the original and then to the new one. So I'm glad that Jennifer Connelly replaced Kelly McGinnis. It'll be much nicer. So she's not aged well. If you have seen pictures, it's not good. This is a 21-year Balvenie Whiskey A, the single barrel of it. and it's delicious. I drank that. There you go. 21. But also the 12 15 are both good. All right. But yeah, there hasn't really been any good movies that come out in the theater in the last, I guess, month or so, because we haven't been, because there's really been nothing to see. Yes. I'll tuck you in a few minutes. No, we're live. I can't do it. Okay. Well, Violet needs to be put to bed. So, starting the Scotch and whiskey journey. So far, Aberlour 12 and Kirkland 20 are my first tries. Hope to try. It's got the shirt thrown. It's very nice. Oh, very nice. Two Shoes 2003. I think you will. That should be interesting. You'll have to let us know what you think of the Lefroy soon, because that is going to be vastly different than what you've had so far. And Donald, that will be quite good there. An STR. I have an STR, but not that one. But it's very good. I can't go watch with Tom Complete Crazy Cruise. Yeah, you know what though? I have to remember most of those people are crazy in real life in general. So you just try to, watch what you can, and just try not to think about the crazy people behind them, that they're good actors or actresses. So almost gone. It's awesome. So yeah, Sanding's quite good. I like the Sanding a lot because the Sanding reminds me of this like concrete dust, which I think is a really unique note for a whiskey. I haven't gotten anything else. Oh, totally agree, Peter B. You cannot go wrong. She still looks amazing. I remember her, of course, in Labyrinth when we was a kid. But the biggest thing I remember her in was it Rocketeer? That was, I guess, early like 90, something like that. And that was a great movie that I really liked. It was Billy Campbell, I think, was the main character that played the Rocketeer. But really enjoyed her in that, and many other things. Of course, she's been quite good. But yeah, I'm excited to have her as a character in the new Top Gun. So looking much forward to that. Chris Teller's in it, who's an amazing actor. So everything he's in is really good. Oh, Glendalough. Speaking of Glendalough, someone asked me what's a good replacement for Jameson. So they said that would be more unique. I said we got to do the Glendalough, their basic one for them. It's like $32. I think it'd be a good step up over Jameson for them. So it should be fun. All right, as soon as she comes back and starts screaming, we'll have to go. Cough Requiem for a Dream cough? Requiem? What the hell is Cough Requiem? I don't know if I saw whatever the hell that is. If that's I don't know. Is that some kind of crappy movie? I don't know that one. Interesting. Which Glendalough are we talking about? Is there, if we're talking about the new 7, pass, if that's what you're talking about. Yes, totally agree, Peter. Exactly. Anything from the 90s was great. Exactly. But yeah, that new Glendalough 7 replaced the 13, which you can't really do to me, but for the same price is insane. So if that's the case, just pass on. I tried it. I was not impressed. Oh, okay. It was a great movie with Jennifer Connelly. Some very interesting scenes. All right. I'll take your word. Requiem for a Dream. Huh. Okay, I have to look that one up, Dustin. I'm not seeing that one. Exactly. Scotch 11 p.m. Exactly, Bill. Totally makes sense. Interesting. Oh yeah, he does say Glendale. Oh, there's the 7. I missed the 7. Yes, the answer is no. Yeah, I've tried it. BK, don't bother. It's disappointing. If it was 50, I'd say you could buy it, but not for 100. It's not worth it. Whereas, like I said, the old 13 was that price. That 13 is amazing. Oh, alrighty then. It's about drug addiction. She really wanted drugs. Good to know. What year did that come out, Dustin? Yeah, because the problem is, getting, who was it? Her and Demi Moore sometimes confused. They kind of look similar. Like, oh no, that was Demi Moore. It's not Jennifer Connelly in certain things. Yeah, but I will talk to you, Donald, soon about what night we want 2000. Okay, about what Monday works for you to do all the spots, and we'll get that set up soon. You ready for us to be done? All right, Violet wants to go to bed, so I will talk to you guys next week for Memorial Day, and for our 3-year live streaming anniversary will be next week. So we'll see you guys next week. Cheers, everybody. Night. And Violet says goodbye.
Sarah